go to hook your backhoe back up, we will start with keying the tractor on here, especially if you've already been using the 3-point. The first step we need to do is pin our 3-point all back up to put the backhoe back on. So the first thing we're going to want to do is take your 3-point, raise it all the way up. Once your 3-point is all the way up, I key the tractor off, because now we're going to come back here and we are going to do the reverse of removal here, and we are going to unpin all this to go back on with the backhoe. So keep the pin in each arm here. You'll just put these back here. This is where we raised it all the way up, so this will give us clearance for everything now. You will put all these in. Now we will take our, just like they had it, we'll keep this all connected, and all we need to do is raise it up. So what we'll do is I will take this back off. I was using this to hold the hoses up and get them out of our way here. So we'll just lay those there. And there's 2 little hooks here, or little eyelets, where this, from the factory, they pin it up. So I like to start with just one side, get it around, bring up the other side, and then clip that into that hole there, and then these arms stay up out of the way. That way we can back up to this backhoe and have clearance for everything. I also like to take these hoses and just slip them underneath here. That way they're hanging there ready to hook to the other hoses once we back up to the backhoe back here. And once we're raised all the way up, I come over here and I turn the 3-point lowering rate adjustment here. You'll come and turn it all the way right over to the lock. That way, if this handle ever gets bumped down, it will lock the 3-point from moving down. So now we've got it locked. I do that anytime I'm running the backhoe. When I'm backing the tractor back up, you'll want to get as close as you can. I kind of like to bump up against this. That way, you can see this a little better too. That way, what we're essentially trying to do is get this pin down in here, and then we'll use the backhoe hydraulics to line this up with that hole to put our pins back in. So I shut the tractor off when I get back here. It's the easiest to hook everything back up. That way there's no pressure on everything. So you'll take your hoses here and hook them back up with the corresponding colors on the backhoe. Red to red, and all you need to do is pull back on the little collar here, and I give them each a tug to make sure I got it in. Get the yellow here. The yellow goes back to the yellow and blue one. Got yellow on the very front of it. So that one's good. I kind of tuck these down out of the way. And then our last hose here is the blue one. Which will have that one on it. So there we go. Now we've got all these. Okay, now that we've got all 3 of our hoses connected to the right colors here, we can we do not have to start the engine to let the backhoe down. So what I like to do is do this with the engine off, relieve the pressure off of the stabilizers here, and it'll set that pin right in that saddle. So now that we're all the way relieved there, I like to key the tractor back on and make absolutely sure. So the first thing we'll do is we'll pick those stabilizers up a little bit and make sure that's fully seated in there. Pick each of them up just a little bit off the ground, that way we're still safe. Looks like we're down in the saddle just right. So now what we need to do is this pin is not lined up with this hole here, as you guys can see. So what we need to do is push down with the broom to push this towards the hole here. So this big left lever here, you see how that's going to line it up right there? Once you get it lined up, put these pins in, push your length pins in to lock it. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Every now and then, we got lucky on this one. Sometimes it'll be just a hair off, so you'll have to mess with it just a little bit back and forth, kind of like we did when we unpinned everything. This one looks good, so we'll put it in. We'll put the lock pin on. And now that we're fully pinned up, you should be able to pick the broom up off the ground, and these pins will lock up. So they will be tight. It holds the weight of the backhoe. So now these are fully in. And we've got the backhoe back on the tractor and functioning. Everything works the way it should.
There you go, guys. That's how you put your backhoe back on.
Hi guys, Justin and JJ here. We're going to show you how to, I get a lot of this, all these little Massey tractors we sell. This is a GC 1723EB. I get a lot of customers that want to know how to work the seat with the backhoe, because this is all, you'll use this same seat to run your backhoe. This is only on the backhoe models that we have this seat. So we're going to show you guys today the easiest way to get this seat turned around and set to run the backhoe. So first thing you're going to want to do is back here, there is a little latch here. You will pull that latch and tilt this. So you'll tilt the seat forward just a little bit, and this whole platform comes with you. So what I like to do is I take right here and I lift it up. You lift the whole platform. I lift it up first. A lot of people try to spin it down here, and you'll run into all your levers. So I lift it up first, and then you'll spin it around. So once you're facing here, the last thing we need to do is there's another little latch right here. And once you're lined up, you'll push this down, the front of the seat down, into where this latch sits. And once the latch is in, you now have a functioning seat for the backhoe. I like to give it just a little tug on the back of the seat to make sure. That way if you go to sit on it, it doesn't fall over on you. So now you have the same functioning seat. It will still go up and down like this. You still have the seat slide back and forth. It's all up here with you. So Massey does a good job of putting the whole platform with the seat up there with you. So you still have your safety switches. Everything comes with you. So now that we've got that done, you can work the backhoe, and when you're going to want to move the tractor again, it's basically reverse of how we just did it. So first thing is the little bitty lever. Unlatch it. It'll tilt this whole thing back. Spin it first, and then you guys can see in here, there's a little bitty stand here, and there's a little cutout right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go underneath this. A lot of people, when they come put the seat back down, this goes on top, and you will notice your seat will be real rocky. It's not stable. So the biggest thing I like to do is go down into that and then push back, and it should be underneath that. So see, this is on top of the platform here, and then I push back, and what that does is latch this back automatically. And so this should be keeping it, so if I push forward, it does not pull the whole platform with it. So it is now locked and ready to use as a seat for the tractor now.